And we are live. Hello everyone. Anyone, everyone, anybody. So today we're going to be kicking off this handle and we're going to be looking at what I got made yesterday. A little smoke break while we do it. So this is one I got prepared last night. So that's the basics of this one. Another wedged handle, just some like blanks either side, some knife blanks, some wooden knife blanks. That's today's little project. We do have yesterday's to reveal, which I will do shortly. So I've just got it from work. I thought, why not have a little go at getting this handle sorted. So what I'm going to try and do is just rough. In fact, let's change that. Let's see if I can get this one roughed out. Bit of a sanding block. Now these have, now I've done a couple of these, I've got a little bit faster at making them. I got this one prepared last night before I went to work, got it all glued and ready so I could get cracking this morning. Now I'm doing this on my desk. I don't normally do this on my desk. I've got a challenge lock desk behind me. I'll just show you a little pan round. There's my challenge lock desk, but it's a bit of a mess at the minute. So we are gonna do it at my picking desk today. Let's see how we get on. So for now, I'm just gonna get the rough shape out on this one. This one is only a rough sand right now. Just trying to get all these marks off here. I'm going to try and get it down to the metal and then we can sand from there, hopefully. We'll take a look at the pick that handle I made yesterday. Now this can be as fast or as slow as you like. You can make it as good as you want, or you could just do it as basic as you like. It don't really matter as long as it works for you. I tend to, when I get sanding, I tend to get a bit wild with it and sand to my life. Like my life depends on it. But because this is the wood that I'm using is only quite soft, it's like I say, it's made out of these. This is what we're using, the softest wood. But the only thing I don't like about it, obviously it's only cheap soft wood, but you ain't got much of a grain. So when you do, well, that one does actually appear to have a bit of a grain, lot. Because when you end up, if you want to dye it or whatever you want to do to it, it's nice to see the grain. Hello Johnny, how are you mate? Nice to see you. Oh, yeah, so I'm just having a little mess around this morning. I'm gonna quickly rough this handle up, get it as prepped as I can. I'll get it basically where I need it to before I do the final sanding. It shouldn't take too long. Now I do normally use the Dremel, but you can do it this way. So today I'm gonna just show you how I do it this way. Very basic tools. You don't need nothing fancy really. Like I said yesterday, if you're similar live from yesterday, I'm just learning. I'm just teaching myself basically how to do this, and the best way to do it is trial and error. I've had a good practice. You can see all these at the back here. I mean, these were already knives with handles on, as you can see, and the ones at the back there, these are all ones that I've been practicing with, and all these are this same wood. I've just been experimenting until I can afford to get some pen blanks when I get paid, but I'm learning slowly. But that's the best way, is just to trial and error. Don't be scared to give it a go, because at the end of the day, what is the worst that can happen? Now in this situation, I'm just using picks that I've had for a while, so I would have used this, but obviously because it's got a bend in it, there's a little point in putting a handle on it. It's quite bad. I can still use this, and I probably could bend that back, but it's going to mess with the integrity of the steel, so it's not going to be as strong as it probably could. I'll bend it back a little bit. What are you picking today, Johnny? Anything? Are you in the US, Johnny? Or are you UK? Because I'm guessing it's late at night if you're in the US. I would have thought. So yeah, this is how it starts. This is what it was initially, and then we just slapped some wood on either side. Very, very basic, but it does actually turn out quite nice. A twin 6K, Jesus, what's that? A red or a black belt, like Johnny? What? Are you following the belt system, mate? And if so, where are you at? I've only really seriously started doing the belt system like last year. I thought I'd give it a crack. One thing I have enjoyed doing is speed picking. Now that is my bag. It's fun. And also frustrating, like a lot of lock picking. Are you in the US, mate? Oh yeah, I thought it'd be late there. You're a 2-dan black belt. Check you out, sir. Congrats. And if you don't mind me asking, Johnny, how long have you been following the belt system? How long have you been picking? Like, as in trying to maintain or gain about your belts? And is that what you do mainly, or are you just a hobby picker, or what? How you doing it? Congrats, mate. I mean, I don't think people fully understand how difficult it is to get to black belt level picking. I've recently just got my blue belt at the end of last year. I've started trying to pick some purple belt locks. I've only got one open. The lock is not me. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I don't know. The trouble is, when you get to the high security locks, you end up having to spend a lot of time on one lock, and I'll just get bored and frustrated, if I'm honest, doing that. Now I had to pick this is the purple I got open. Your blue belt, but you're picking a black. Oh, you've got a black. Sorry, I'm with you. So you're trying to pick a black belt lock. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, so I've got this open now. Every YouTube video I've watched, pretty much everybody. If I've watched 10 videos, 9 people have picked it the same way, and have all float picked these. Now I've never float picked in my life, so I just picked it the way I know how. And I've only got it open 3 times. And once, luckily, it was on camera. So that's halfway to purple belt. I've got a couple of locks en route in the next week or 2. Yeah, do you know what, trying to duplicate. So when you got that lock open, Johnny, did you get it open pretty quick? Not pretty quick, but I tend to find I can get a lock open, a new lock, I'll get it open. I can sometimes, like that Gamma 700 I got for Christmas. My missus got it me for a Christmas present, and I brought it up the shed Christmas morning, and I got it open first time in under 2 minutes, and then I could not get it open again for 2 weeks. I managed to get another open, and then I left it another week because it was frustrating me. And then one day I come up here and I thought, do you know what? I didn't really have anything. Most days I have something in mind on what I want to do, if I'm making something or picking something. And I thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to try and pick it, and I'll just put the camera on. And it only took me about 4 minutes, which I was happy with, to be honest. But I got it, and I'm so glad that I turned the camera on, because you know how much of a relief it is when you get a lock picked on camera and it's done. It's a relief, and obviously that's an unguttable lock, so I didn't have to gut it, which is no drama. But them high security locks, a lot more difficult to gut. There's a lot more components to them, I think. But I suppose that's the fun of it, isn't it? Johnny, have you made any of your own picks yet? How long have you been picking, mate? I'm just trying to rough this one out, and then I'm going to go on to picking some locks, I think. Oh, mate, do you know how many times I've done that? I often, right, I don't know about yourself, but I do a lot of my videos up here in the shed. But when I'm, you know, on the evenings, once the kids have gone to bed and I'm sitting with the missus, I've got a box of locks. In fact, I'll show you my bag. Oh, this is my work bag, but this is basically what I'm working on. These are some comfort locks, some more difficult locks. Just locks up a lot to pick. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll sit down the house, and the amount of times I've had a lock and I've not been concentrating on what I'm doing, I'm just like picking, it's you know, like organically, and I get it open and I can't remember how the fuck I've done it. It's so frustrating. Sometimes it just pops open, you think, what? You weren't really concentrating, because sometimes you're just going through the motions. Sometimes you're literally just putting your pick in and feeling about. You started back in December, as in December 2025, and you're already a blue belt. Fair play, sir. You must be a natural picker, my friend. And when did you get your blue belt? I think I got my blue belt in December, actually. That was one of my goals for last year, was to get my. Well, actually, one of my goals was to get my green belt. I got my green belt in March, and I didn't really bother with the belt system till the end of the year, and I realised that I hadn't got my blue belt. I also wanted to do the Blue Whale Challenge. I also wanted to get my Packlock 200k patch, but have you ever opened a Packlock? Or has anyone opened a Packlock on here? Fuck me, they're so frustrating. I had the silly thought that because I could open 1100s pretty easy, that I'd be able to whip a Packlock open, thinking, it's only an extra pin. How wrong I was. This is starting to get a bit of shape now, but be careful, I'm not going to rough too much off and take too much of the wood off too soon. Just start to see now, I'm getting to the, you can see the wedge of the metal. Got a bit more to go this side, but you did a 98 for your blue belt. And so have you got any tips for me, mate? Because I'm struggling. You know what I'm struggling with the most on that 98 Pro? Is the bloody tensioner. I've had to resort to using, it's not this Z bar, but a Z bar like this in the top, because I just can't get a tensioner to fit in the top. I know if I can get it tensioned, I'll get it picked, but I've come close. I've actually got it open once, and the bloody tensioner slipped out, and it didn't pop the shackle, so it technically didn't count, but it went. I felt it go. So I know how it feels when it goes, but yeah, getting there, a different matter. But that 200k patch still eludes me, but I will get it. Hopefully I'll get it this year. That's the plan. So I did one of these yesterday. I don't know if you would have seen the live yesterday, John. I don't know if any people in here was in the live yesterday. So I did the same thing as what I'm doing here, but instead of just this was a wedged one, so like this handle, which comes wedged, is the Law Lock Tools. This was part of the CTR set, I believe. These are nice handles. These are thick enough anyway. These are fairly comfortable. If you compare them to these, this is a nesting slightly bent. That's why I've not used this one either. Look at how that is as thin as it. I mean, it don't even focus. So as thin as that pick is as thin as your handle is. And you pick with this for more than a few minutes, it does start to get a bit painful. Especially me, it hurts my finger a bit the way I'll pick. So what I did was I got one that was like this. It was very similar. It was a hog snout, and I cut the design out and I sandwiched two of these, this side to that side. I cut all the holes out in there, and in fact I'll show you. Make a bit of room here. Let's have a look. Now this isn't finished. I just took it to work last night and got a bit of sanding of it done. But I think I'm going to stain it this morning. I've got it polished up to, well, the best of my ability. But I've got to get the Dremel up here. This bit's snapped off, which is annoying. But yeah, I've obviously got to do some touching up. But you can see where it's been wedged together. I'll sand it down. It's come out with this really nice pattern, which I'm hoping, once I put a bit of stain on it, that was actually, this one broke, this top one, and I just glued it anyway and I put it on. It's left a bit of a mark. It kind of look like veins, I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, we've got a nice some nice grain here, what looks to be grain. But I think once hello Keybeard, how are you, mate? Keybeard, I've just watched your video at work last night of your new lock lab. Jesus wept, sir. That is a proper job. I can honestly say I was very, very jealous. That is absolutely, I mean, that's not even to talk about your garden that it's in. Jesus wept, man. But yeah, Johnny, if you haven't checked out Keybeard's Lock Lab tour, go and have a look, mate. That is absolutely awesome. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Where did I put my... So what I'm trying to do is I'm doing a bit of an experiment. So I've done one on each side on this one. I could technically do two. This one has been whittled down, but this one had 4 knives on it, 4 wooden knives on it. Yeah, the new lock shed, bad boy, mate. I would be happy with it and all. Looks like I put plenty of time and effort into that one. And this is one that they've finished and lacquered up. So this is basically what this one is going to look like once I've whittled it down. This has just got one blank or one wooden knife either side. But that one turned out really nice. Just lacquered it. But yeah, I think that I'm going to make a little set, well, not a little set. I've got a couple of these that aren't bent. The ones that aren't bent, I'm going to put handles on. So yeah, that's where we're heading with this one. But this one is different altogether. It's the same handle, but it's obviously the thin version like I just showed you. So that's how this handle was initially. Now obviously you can see that these are all lines, but I've only got a Dremel at the minute. So I will probably get a drill at some point, but so I can actually put the square shapes in. But for now, we're just going to work with the circles. And you know what? I'm happy with it. It looks nice enough. Hello, Stu. How are you, my friend? I've decided I want to start doing some lives. Take a leaf out of your book, mate. But yeah, what do you reckon to the new handle, which is made out of some bloody... oh, shit. So this is what these are made out of, these scales. So I've just got a couple either side, but I don't think they have turned out too bad at all. That's the finished product. But yeah, really like it. So I don't know whether we should try and give this a little varnish now. Let me just clear up the desk a little touch. Get rid of some of this sawdust. And spark my smoke, because I've finished work for 4 days, lads, and I've got lots of plans up the lock shed. Oh, nearly ripped my phone off the stand then. Nice handle, thanks, Stu. I appreciate that, my friend. Right, get a bit of stain. So all I'm going to use is a bit of interior varnish. This one is dark oak. Yeah, thank you, Stu. Hit that like, please, people. That'd be wonderful. Not that I'm chasing likes, because I'm just having fun here. So, get my rag out, my trusty stainy rag, and we'll give this a shot. This don't soak in too good, so we'll just see what we're working with. You see how it starts to look. I'm hoping it'll show that grain up with a bit of luck. Now, I have got to sort the top of the handle out, but I can do that at a later date. I'm not too pedantic about it. I want it to look nice, but I want it to be functional more than anything and be comfortable. That's the aim of it. You see now it's just going in that grain. I've rub it in. Now you see the grain starting to come out a little. You can see the bloody bit where it broke, as we saw. But I'm hoping this grain in the middle starts to liven up a bit. give it a good drench, and then see how it goes. Now I was going to keep this one, like, thanks Keyboard. You know what it is, mate. I keep saying, right, that I don't make things and I'm not very good at making things, but when you actually tried to do something and just, you know, I've watched all of D-Mac's videos, all of lockpicking Dev's videos, and I've just paid attention and just had a go, to be honest with you, mate. And the raw materials that I'm working with at this point, let me just move that out of the way, put that there. They're the raw materials, mate. And I didn't even cut them out with anything. I used the Stanley blade to cut them out. So really, you don't need a lot. And I just hoped that the glue would work, and to be honest, it worked perfectly. So I think I paid £2 for that glue. So yeah, it's at the very basic level at the minute, my handle making. But I have also made a few out of different things, or mainly knives. But yeah, so like, obviously this was just, I think I got a set of 2 of these knives for like £1.89 or something like that. Hello Mark, how are you, mate? And I just made it into a couple of picks, really, because it's a cheap way to practice making your profiles, and with a reliable handle, and it just saves the hassle of making a handle. But obviously I get to a point where I wanted to make my own handles. But yeah, hello new housemate, thanks for popping in. So yeah, they're the ones that I've just been practicing with the knives. And then I found this butter knife. The trouble is with the butter knives, you have to thin them down way too much. It takes way too long. But I just like the handle on this one. I've not actually tried this one yet, but got a decent, focus, decent little hook on that one. A little flat hook, short hook, steady enough. I also was fucking about with a scraper. I've had a scraper at work. Not at work, in the shed. And I decided to make a pick out of it. So that's the actual pick. But then I got, out of that, I also got these, I think it was these 2. I had 2 offcuts from either side of that scraper, so the scraper was like that shape. So I had 2 offcuts either side. So I managed to get 3 picks, 1 scraper. I think this, I don't have calipers, but let me just compare it to, I'm going to say it's about 20, 21 or something like that, though. I mean, it's, so, if I can compare that, I think it's, bloody hell, I'll just see if I can get them side by side. My focus on my camera is shocking, but to be fair, it might be a smack on 20. This is off the Reaper set, and they're 20 thou. So yeah, that's the thing I found with these knives. They are the perfect thickness. If I show you this city rake that I made as well, this was also out of another kitchen knife. It's basically the same thing, I think. But yeah, that thickness on that one is pretty much the same. Yeah, so the thickness wise, as in thickness is that way. Now I try not to, because I found that it weakens at sometimes, because I'm doing it with a Dremel. I either use a stone on the Dremel or the disc, but it's so easy to thin it out too far and give it a weak point. So I've been trying to find metal that's you know, already the right thickness that I've just got to cut down. But I'll just show you. I'll just unplug. I've got a few tools. So I got this bad boy the other day off my old man. Nice little bench grinder. Does the trick, and it takes the meat off the pick or off the knife a lot faster than having to do it with with the Dremel. Yeah, Stu, all of a City Rake 2, mate. Do you know what it is? I think it's an underrated tool. I was actually watching a Deviant, is it Deviant Oleum? Like a seminar that he was on about. And he was on about certain tools, and this is predominantly a lifting tool, as in like a hook, which I didn't realise. I thought that it was a scrubbing tool, but it actually isn't, apparently. Okay, Johnny, was that aimed at me, mate? If so, that's wonderful. What are you saying there, Mark? Key to use oil to stop it from bending and heating up too much. What do you mean? Use oil? In what way? As in to quench it in oil? Is that what you're saying? Or I do quench it in water, but to be honest, because I'm using the Dremel, I don't spend that much time. I just give it a little nick, and then, but I can get a good shape with the Dremel discs. I've realised that that's the easiest way for me to do it. Oh, okay. So what? Just motor oil or something like that, Mark? Yeah. have to try that. Obviously, it don't affect the integrity of the metal then, I suppose, being oil. But yeah, these ones worked out right. And do you know what? They work perfectly. They're just like your standard rakes that you would get in a kit, but for a lot cheaper. I'm working on... No, John, I don't think Johnny's working... Oh, I don't know if he is. I think Johnny's got his 200... no, sorry. Johnny did his blue belt with a 98 Pro keyboard. I believe that's what he's just told me. He's just texted me for some... he's messaged me some tips. I actually watched your video, keyboard, on your 200k patch with pushing the shackling, and even that don't bloody work for me. But yeah, that's one of the goals of last year that... Well, the only goal of last year that eluded me is the 200k patch. But they're no fucking joke, them locks, are they? I thought it would be like an 1100 when I got it. I thought, if I can get an 1100 open, it's only an extra pin. But yeah, that weren't the case. So yeah, the 200k patch still eludes me. And this one I made recently. This was out of a steak knife. Again, it had a nice wooden handle, so I thought, and it's already got the rivets in it. So I made a fairly nice profile. It's so easy to fuck the profile up though and take too much off. But I'm getting it down to a bit of an art now. I'm figuring out what I like and what I don't like. But the more I do it, the faster I can. I can knock a couple of picks out in the morning, no problem. Which is nice. My missus keeps telling me I've got too many picks, but obviously she gave me a bollocking for buying too many, so that's why I started making my own. I don't know if it's DMAC quality, my friend, but I'm definitely learning. I actually spoke to DMAC the other day about pick making and that, and I said to him, would he be up for doing a trade, and he said he'd be up for it. So I've got to make sure I get a decent pick made to do a trade with DMAC, because he makes some really awesome picks. Cheers, Mark. Appreciate that, mate. It's like I say, it's a learning curve. But this one I think this one's one of my favourite ones, the one I made the other day. I just really like the way that it looks with that handle. That one, and obviously the one that we've just stained. This one I think will be really quite comfortable. I reckon it's probably ready for a little bit more stain. You can see where it cracked, look. Showed straight up, of course it did. But this is the grain I was hoping on seeing. But what I tend to do is I'll give it a bit of a dye, and then once it's dried, I sometimes give it a light sanding, and then continue that process. But yeah, it's just a learning curve. Something I've actually really enjoyed doing, to be honest. I got into making challenge locks last year, and I absolutely love that. And then I started making picks, and I absolutely love that. I love lock picking in general. Found speed picking. Found something I really enjoy, and I'm actually quite good at. So lock sport can provide for everybody. There's something for everybody in lock sport, I think. You just got to find your niche. I've always liked to pick locks, like Stu. Stu's the raker, like me. And I love raking locks open. I just like opening locks, if I'm honest. But there's something special about getting a lock open with a rake when you get it right. Oh, cheers, Mark. If you watched my live from yesterday, Mark, I don't know if you've seen it, but I went through the process of how I do it, and honestly, it's Neanderthal basic. It's very, very basic. And that's kind of the beauty of it, because it's accessible to everybody. Like I said to you, I am not any kind of talented at doing these things. Blow that out a bit. I've just been practicing really and just honing my techniques. That's starting to come up fairly nice. How do you reckon? I really wish I'd have took that bloody crack out now. Yeah, do you know what, keyboard? I love to rake, but I also really enjoy SPPing, and I've learned to enjoy SPPing from picking challenge locks. And yeah, open is open, Stu, you're right. But yeah, challenge lock picking is actually one of my favourite things to do. I flipping love challenge lock picking. If I could rake them all, Stu, I would definitely rake them all, but I don't think I can. Have you made any challenge locks, Stu? I know I've seen you making one on a few of your lives, a few of your videos last year, but I didn't ever see the finished product. So did you get one made? I know Keybeard's made a couple. I picked his Sergeant, what was it called, Keybeard? Do you have the Skillman? That was the one. That was a tricky bugger, but them fucking sergeants are hard. I got that one off Keybeard Open, and then I had a couple off Hippie that lockpicking engineer sent, and they were fucking nightmares, man. You made 2 in the wild and have a third to finish. Fair play to you. Yeah, do you have the Skillman? That's actually, that I think that is now with Crow Llama. I think I sent it to Crow Llama. I'm not sure. I'll have to have a look in my book. LPU is only SPP, I believe, so it takes time to make things correct. What do you mean, Mark? You only have to SPP for the LPU. Is that what you mean? It's the same for speed picking. Even sometimes I've done a speed pick with the McTickler, but it's not been allowed because it's a hybrid style tool. Though you can, if you're clearly single pin picking with it, then I think they'll allow it. But I think it looked very similar to a zip technique. I wasn't intending to do it that way, but I had to swallow it because he was kind of right. But yeah. Yeah, it's a Skillman mortars, that was it. And you know what? I love the printing that you did on that Skillman one. The writing that you did on it with the green. That looked banging. I remember watching the video, actually, of you making that, of like the process of it. And I think you did you pick it at the end as well with Keybeard on that video? Pretty sure you did. But yeah, I was buzzing to get hold of that one. How come you boys are up so late at a school night? I've got an excuse. I've been to work. Yeah, I like engraving Keybeard. Do you know what? I've got on a bit of a hole at looking at recently, and it's so cool. Now this is obviously the most basic version of it, but I just wanted to try it out. Rock carving with a Dremel. I mean, look, that's as basic as it gets. But I made this out of a cheese knife, this McTickler, and I wanted to make a stand for it, but I couldn't really think of anything to do because it's quite thick. And I thought, you know what? Do you know what gave me this idea? Like I've got a skinhead, or I've got no hair. I've got short hair, but I always use the clippers normally. And my niece bought me a Christmas present this year, bless her, and she bought me a Gillette like razor, and you can't see, but I have quite a big beard, so I didn't really know what to do with it. So I thought, fuck it, I'll start razoring my head, and my Gillette razor comes with a little stand, and the razor sits in like that. And I thought, that's what I need to do. So that's where I got the idea from the razor and a stand. But rock carving looks fucking awesome. And you know what? It's quite simple. It's not difficult, but you come up with some really cool and beautiful designs. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to try and make some stands. I've bought a load of stones. Well, not bought a load of stones. I've got a load of stones that we got from the beach last year. So I'm going to try and use some of them, I think. Did you get one of Alroy's challenge locks open, Stu? I've heard they're absolute nightmares. I mean, I've seen his pin work. Other than Tinny, I don't know anyone that does pins, that produces pins like Alroy's toys. He can smash their pins out. Every day I go on Facebook, he seems to have made another lot of pins. He started out on none. I think he's on about 34 challenge locks he's made now, or something like that. He's the next Haribo, isn't he? But how do they pick? Oh, you painted it green, Keep-It. Oh, okay. And then, I'm with you. Nice. Yeah, Keep-It, I mean, you've seen how simple that is. It's literally, I've just bored it out with like a rounded, like a diamond head, like dusted head. Piece of piss, to be honest. Oh, how many of his locks have you got, Stu? And like I say, I know he's on about 35, I think, now. I was on about 20. I'd made my 20th and he was on his 13th. I've just made my 25th not long ago and he's made his 35th, so it shows the work he's putting in. But I need to send you lads some of mine, I think. I will send them over to one here and you can just disperse them. Probably be a month or two because I've got to get some made, but if you're up for it, lads, I will send you some. I might even do a little set, like a little trio or something. Oh, okay, that's even better. So he lives nearby. So you live near Alroy's Toys and Lockpicker 1969. Is that right, Stu? I might have got that wrong. So didn't you go for an in-person interview for your Lockpicker interview? Now that is starting to look a little nicer. And obviously once it's been lacquered, it comes up really, really nice. I'm just trying to get as much in them grains as I possibly can. I want to really bring them grain out. Slowly but surely it's getting there. It was nice to do the big reveal, but that might be tomorrow now. Speaking of challenge locks, I do have a couple here. I might have a try and pick while I'm at it. See how we get on. Oh, Jesus Christ, Julie, you've literally got a lot pickers meet up right where you live. You've used like oh, you got 4 or 5 keyboard. Fair play. I knew you had a couple. I wasn't sure how many you'd actually made. Stu, do you not plan on meeting up? Since there's such a crew of you. I was going to say group and crew at the same time. So let me just move that back. No, out of the way for a second. I'll just show you what I got recently in the post off Nigbeat. This bad boy, which is a community Locksport community challenge lock box. So I got this the other day, and I got some nice locks in here. This was Robin by Nick Picks. I don't think it's not Nick's Picks, the one that we know. It is another UK picker, but his name's Nick Picks. I just added this one. My most recent one, Hump Day. Not a bad little pick. It's a fairly easy pick. I'd say it was like an orange belt pick, possibly green, but depends on the day. But I'm chucking that one in. What else we got here? We've got a nice Yale by Jack Peters. That is, what's that one called? Mr. Grumpy or Mr. Happy? No. Oh, no, it must be. It's not that one, is it? Yeah, let's just try this one. Let's have a little pick. Now, I have picked these. I got them on. I've done a pick and got on all these. Just yet to upload them. Let's take my gloves off for this. See if we can get this one open on a live. That'd be nice. So this is a Versa. Not too bad at pitting on that. Whereabouts are you now, Keybeard? Because you've moved, haven't you? From what I can gather from your video. Your back garden is that your back garden, by the way? Because if it is, that is phenomenal. You could get a few animals on that. So I'll try. I know. My trusty number 4 from the Reaper set is my favourite pick, probably. So, oh, you live near Grouchy and Vector, yeah? Stu, you've got it going on over there. I don't. Holy smokes. Was that supposed to happen? Did anyone just see that? It's got to be a fluke, isn't it? I only went to the back. Let me just give them pins a little scrub. Because I got this one open, but it wasn't that bloody fast. Let's try that again. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're in South Carolina. Fair play. Yeah, do some veggies, mate. Me and my missus did some, but do you know what? It's a lot more work than I actually realised. And then we only had a little, I don't know, 20-foot patch. We had like cucumbers and all sorts on there. We had a lot of stuff on there, but they're a lot of work, aren't they? I didn't even see that open keyboard. Don't worry, I literally put my pick in, picked one pin, and it went. I'll try it again. I picked one pin at the back that time, and it didn't go. No, it didn't go that time. Maybe that was just the pins hadn't moved from when the key was in, maybe, I don't know. There we go. Got it again, though. Nothing too dangerous on that one. Oh, we might have another go on another one. Oh, fuck it, might as well. So, we've got a Smith & Lock rim cylinder. Corn, cucumbers. Potatoes are fairly easy, mate, to be fair. And if you get some fruit trees established, then you got them every year, then you're buzzing, then, don't you? My old man's got a few. He's got like a little, like at the back of his garden, he's got like a field. It's like half an acre or something, but he's got a load of fruit trees on that, and We have it for the kids in the summer, so we can put the pool down there and whatnot. But yeah. See what Robin's saying. Ooh, straight into a full set. Look at that. Let's try and get out of this then. Oh, not getting out of nothing with a dropping that. Moose melon. What's moose melon there, Stu? It sounds like a big melon. See if we can get this one open. Oh, that'd be nice. Ah, you bugger. This one's quite awkward to hold in the end. Not much room. Back into that full set. Bit of counter on that back pin. Thought that was going to go then. Do you grow your own veg and that, Stu? I'm guessing you do. I know you got a. Did you have a little herb garden I've seen before? Let's try back into that full set. Let's try and get a deeper hook. I feel like it's a pin at the back on this one. Back into the bloody full set. Sometimes I'm just not lifting it hard enough, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I like to do that, mate. We do grow bits and bobs on the windowsill in the house, and then we put them outside in the garden. I do love being in the garden, to be honest. I mean, I can't wait for the nicer weather to get here so I can get back out. Maybe even rescue another crow, eh? She didn't come back once she fledged, though. I ain't seen her since. Oh, fermented hot sauces. I'm a bit of a hot sauce fan, so how do you make them, mate? I might have a look into that. I presume you just getting them in a bucket or in a jar and leaving them to do their thing once you've grew them. Trying to change the angle, but I'm shit at picking up. Really bad at picking up. Thought we had the bugger again then. Stu's coming out of all these exotic little fruits and pepper names. I ain't heard of any of these. I've been living in a bin. This one's not playing ball today, is it? Every time I think I've got it, I haven't. I mean, that's simple enough, isn't it, Keybird? My missus is big into her baking and her cooking. Like, she cooks a lot of homemade food. She don't like all that shit that's in all the other food that you buy in the supermarket, so. 26 varieties of basil. Have you just made that up, Stu? What the fudge? I didn't even know there was 26 varieties of basil. I thought there was just basil. Shit. What do you need so many uses for basil for, mate? What, do you use a lot of basil? I'm going to try it in the vice because we're not playing ball on there, is it? I'll give it another 10 minutes and then I'm going to go back down the house. if the lock will sit in the vice right. It's mad how different it can feel, it being in the vice to being in your hand. You wouldn't think it'd make that much difference. I feel like it does. Come on, you bugger. You know when you feel it's close, but it's just not giving you that last bit of movement. I do like a bit of pesto, Stu. I don't know if I've had basil pesto. Is that what it's normally made out of? Well, this one's giving me the run around today. Maybe I'll try a different one. Who knew that all these lock pickers were such good cooks and were into the food like they are? Love to see it. Because all the foods that everyone's mentioning are all healthy, organic, grown in the ground, good stuff. Can't beat it. Got to get that good fuel in your mark, ain't you? I do love me some nuts as well, like cashews and pistachios. Love all that. At this point, I'm ready to reset and start again on this one. Yeah, ain't that the truth? I literally said to my missus, because like I say, she's been into baking recently, but I don't know if you know, when you bake, there's a lot of washing up. I am the dishwasher in our house. So yeah, I end up being the missus sous chef, passing her everything that she needs out of the fridge and then tidying up behind her, picking up the peelings, washing up the bowls, and generally keeping out of the way, but doing all the jobs that she don't want to do. So yeah, my missus loves to tell everyone that I don't cook. But yeah, I do cook. I cook the kids' food quite regular, especially if the missus is at work. In fact, I've done all the dinners for the kids this week. Yeah, welcome back, Johnny. But yeah, I do actually really enjoy cooking. Should we have a go at picking my own one? But I just don't have the time for it. I like cooking if I ain't got a lot of people around me and I can just do it in my own time. That'd be nice. Right, let's give this one a shot. So this is hump day. I don't know if I've even picked this one yet. Oh no, I have, because I thought it was quite easy when I picked it. And that's the problem sometimes. Anyone else find that makes challenge locks? Well, do you know what they really like? And it's the most basic. They love cheese and broccoli pasta, or tuna cheese pasta. I like the pasta, bless them. I did them. What did they have last night? Oh, we had chicken and chips last night. But yeah, to be fair, they're good eaters, mate. They're 5 and 7, but yeah, they eat well. Well, they eat me at house and home, if I'm honest. What what's your dish of choice, mate? Or what do your kids like? Yeah, sorry, have you got kids? I presume you got kids. That was a bit of a presumption to make, wasn't it? I told you that one was a bit easy. We got it anyway. We'll take it. Right, should we just try? I'm going to try another one of these before I go. See if I can get 3 out of 4. If I get 3 open on the live, I'll be happy. Yeah, I'm a big pasta fan, Johnny. I love a bit of pasta. Do you know what I really rate? Lasagna. Lasagna's the one. I'd love to go to Italy, to be honest. I think me and the missus are on about going up for a weekend, maybe this year. just for the food, to be honest with you. And the pizza as well. She wants anything you don't cook. Standard. Oh, so you're nearly out of the woods with your kids then, Stu? Your youngest is 16. You might be a free man in a few years. So what's chowder, Keybird? Oh, yeah, I love a bit of shrimp, mate. I love seafood, to be honest with you. Yeah, do you know what? My missus is a big fan of steak. I'm not a massive fan of steak. I actually only started eating meat again. So I do a lot of weird challenges for myself. And one of the challenges I did was to see if I could stop eating meat for a year. Now, I love meat. I've always loved meat. Not a massive fan of steak, don't get me wrong, but any other meat, I'm on it. But yeah, so I did it, see if I could do it for a year, and ended up doing it for 5 years, which was wild. And the reason I did it, I think, the reason I started eating meat again? I was on the way out to work one day, and the missus had just got back from work, I think, or something. And I didn't have anything in for the kids, so I bought the kids a pizza at Domino's, which is what we have over here. And I think it was a pepperoni. And Domino's do like a vegan pepperoni, so whenever I have pizza, that's what I would have had. But I just bought this pizza for the kids that day, and I was absolutely starving, so I nicked a slice on the way out, and I thought, oh, fuck it, it's only a bit of pepperoni. And I swear to God, it was the nicest pepperoni I'd ever ate. And it was close to Christmas, and I said to the missus, you know what, I'm going to start eating meat again. So I'm a big pate lover as well. Oh, chowder's like a stew. Normally milk base. Well, I never. Well, I mean, I'm up for a stew, but with milk in it. I'm gonna have to look up. Okay, I like potato soup. I'm gonna have to look up a recipe. I'm gonna give it a bash. If I do, I will take a picture and tag you in it. Keybird. Cheese. Just cheese in general, Mark. I fucking love cheese, mate. The stronger, the better. You know, when it's that strong, we get that strong over here. You bite into it, it's got like little crystally chunks in it. That's the kind of cheese I like. That extra mature stuff. Get this open, I'll be happy. These Yales are a nightmare though, to be fair. Yeah, love cheese, mate. I like the blue cheese as well. I usually only have it around about Christmas, to be fair. But I love that Danish blue cheese. You know, that real mouldy stuff. It's just got that fucking... It's like a bitterness, I don't know what it is, but it's bad. Badass. Something I've actually started really enjoying recently, which my missus got me into, is sweet potato. So what she does, she gets a sweet potato, she puts it in the air fryer or the oven or whatever for so long till it's real soft, and then she puts like a wedge of cheese in it, and then lets the cheese melt, and then you can dip it in and put it into different things. Honestly, cheddar blue cheese is in mouldy cheese too. Yeah, that's the stuff I'm on about. Yeah, love that shit. What, you only found blue cheese? Is that what you're on about, Keybird? Do you not have it over there? Yes, it is great on wings. Bit of hot sauce and blue cheese dip. You know it. One of my all-time favourites, mate, that is, Johnny. I thought I was close to this one then. So we all lock sporters on here talking about food and cheese, yeah? Oh, you're allergic to penicillin, so you can't eat the mouldy cheese on the shoe. Well, that's unfortunate for you, because it's banging. I think it is obviously an acquired taste. Some people like it, some people really don't. Oh, blue cheese made in cheddar. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm with you now. How's that even done? Who knows? Right, I've got this into a decent full set. See if we can get it over the line. Finish the live on a high. You know when you're getting close and then you just drop everything. Just did that. Nah, cheese curd. I don't know if that's a bit of me, mate. The squeaking just put me right off, I'll be honest. When I was literally talking about this to someone the other day. I didn't really like bacon when I was a kid because the fat and when it was it was a bit chewy and a little stringy. I fucking hated it. Hated the texture. I didn't like mushrooms because of the texture. I'll eat anything now. I'm not fussy at all. I'll literally try anything. In fact, I quite like trying new cuisine, especially from different countries and whatnot. It's one of my favourites. I really like Vietnam food. Like they do like noodle bowls and stews and things. A bad boy. Yeah, I ain't being funny, lads, but you Americans eat some mad shit. Yeah, do you know what? Mushroom. I love mushrooms now, KB, but yeah, they used to be. I never used to like them as a kid, but that was just my palate was developing, I think. Now this lock is on the brink of opening. I know it is. Just get the right counter rotation on the right pin, because some of them, there's a couple of them that are counter rotating. I'm gonna have to look into these curds, boys. I'm not sure if it sounds like a bit of me, but I will have a look. I don't know if we get them out. If we, so how do they come? What does it come in like a? Do you eat it with something else, or do you just eat it on its own? Curds, I'm on about now. Come on, you bugger! I thought I had you then. Come on. I feel like it's on the brink. Curds are bite-sized heart attacks. Fair play. What's so unhealthy about them? Is it all the was it all the residue, the waste off the cheese when you make the cheese? Is that what it is? So I'm guessing it is. I'm just getting that from the nursery rhyme. How am I getting out of this full set? Yeah, I like a bit of cheesy cheese. Well, we call them crisps over here. You call them chips, don't you? Oh, mother trucker. I'm going to get this. I wanted to get it before the hour was up. I was going to be on the live for an hour, but this one's not playing ball right now. I'm getting to the same position every time then. Picking the wrong bloody pin at the last minute. Ah, thought I had the fucker then. It was my tension slipping out. This one might have beat me, boys, I reckon, for today. Keep getting that bloody full set, but then I keep not getting out of it. Yeah, I like a taco too, lads. Don't mind a taco. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to give that one neck. I'm going to quickly give this a quick another varnish before I get off. I do appreciate you boys stopping by and having a chat. That's the thing I didn't realise about the lives is the chat that you get to have with people. That's what I enjoy the most, getting to catch up with people. It was nice. So yeah, I appreciate you stopping in, lads. We all just like to watch each other in our own sheds. I don't think people will ever understand, unless you're a lockpicker, you will never understand. Oh, I've gone a bit heavy on the die on that one. Got a bit of residue on here. It's looking like fairly nice. Yeah, an English taco is probably a little different to what you're used to over there, Stu. It'll probably be half the size, that's for certain. The portions over your way are absolutely ridiculous, aren't they? Getting brown stain all over my fingers, so it's going to look like shit all over my fingers, which isn't ideal. That's looking nice now, though. I'm glad I put the dye on this one. Get that stain off my fingers, for fuck's sake. An English taco is basically exactly like what yours is, but we're made with our ingredients and to our specifications. And I don't think we're known for making tacos, mate. But yeah, it's looking nice doing it. It's coming on. I have to put some gloves back on because I can't be arsed with getting stain all over my bloody hands. But yeah, that's coming on. I'm just going to blow through there. Hold on, 2 seconds. Yeah, it's starting to show the grain up a little bit now. But once that's been lacquered, that'll look really nice, I'm hoping. Yeah, that's not even varnish. This is just, well, it is varnish, sorry, mate, but it's a dot, basically a dye, innit? But it won't have a shine to it when it's done. But what I've been using is some lacquer, and it's worked out perfectly. Like that pic I just showed you. Hold on, where have I put the bugger now? The one that I made just had. This has just had 2 coats of lacquer, look, out of a spray can. I used to use different oils and varnishes and like a polished, a shiny varnish. But yeah, this lacquer, it looks really quite nice. Though it looks nice on this colour, because the trouble is with this colour, when you're using these, if you don't varnish it or put something on it, it gets dirty real quick because it's obviously very light in colour. And you know how dirty your hands get when you're fucking around with locks. But yeah, once I've lacquered it, I'm hoping this one will look nice. A nice shine on it. It's basically going to look the same as this. That kind of finish is what we're looking for. That kind of shine to it anyway. But yeah, hopefully that'll look nice when I've finished. Well, that is probably it from me today, lads. You stain it with coffee. Oh, okay. Did not know that. Will it smell like coffee? Probably. Great minds think alike, lads. Yeah, I'm going to get off now, lads. I'm going to have a quick smoke before I get up the house and get the kids ready for school. Like I say, thank you for joining me. Appreciate you dropping in, having a chat. That was very fun. And I'll probably do another one soon, so no doubt I'll see you boys soon. Cheers, lads.